This is UltraBlueENERGY coming at you. And officially, for the first video on my channel, I'll be talking about this bizarre question. A question that has boggled me for weeks, and many others when I brought the question up. And it relates to what we do with our muscles. Are you stronger if you lift or break an object? Bench press, curling, lifting, versus smashing everything in sight with your bare hands. Let's get this thing going. Now, the two main ways that we like to show our macho is taking something huge and lifting it real good, or looking at something solid and then breaking it real good. But the question stands, which of the such is a greater display of strength? One way to answer this is to conjure up a real life scenario. However, do not try to actually do it, because that'll be stupid. Let's start with that Roku TV right there. Straight up 75-inch mud right there. Anybody could lift that bad boy and chunk it to the back seat like it is no thing. Anybody could also decide that they don't F with Roku and do a full drop kick through that $400 TV. This scenario might not hold that much weight because a flat screen TV doesn't involve that much effort to break. You can literally take a fluffy coat and throw it as soft as you can and it'll still crack up that wimpy flat screen. Like, who manufactures these things? Moving on from TVs though, let's use something else. Something that's not as breakable as a flat screen TV. Let's talk about an object that I personally like to call a testosterone toy. Or if you want to call it by its normal name, a dumbbell. We've done many things with a dumbbell to say the least. However, there's one thing that nobody has ever done with the dumbbell, and you probably already guessed what I'm about to say. Nobody has ever broken a dumbbell with their bare hands. Nobody on this earth has the strength to destroy a dumbbell. There are no records of it. You can't find it on the internet. Nobody has done it. Well, except for me. I'm an ultra-powered superhuman, but that's neither here nor there. So by the mere fact that you literally have to be Superman to do something that insane, then I guess that would answer it. Breaking is stronger than lifting. Not so fast, pal. This video is over when I say it's over. There are still hundreds of ways that I can answer this question. Breaking the dumbbell is far outside of our limitations. So let's use another scenario, because this is fun. Let's use this in a scenario of a fight.
In this corner of the ring, we have a 600-pound monster, able to lift a FedEx truck if he wanted. And in this corner, we have a 150-pound midweight, a beast whose swift and sudden strikes are that of a viper and the power of a Kodiak bear to match.
Or to be less descriptive, WWE versus MMA. Now, this scenario actually took place before, numerous times, with mixed results. Now, in theory, Super Swole has the overall advantage because the runt that he's facing up against has limited attack options. Meanwhile, Mr. 600 pounds with 18 wheel of strength has multiple. He will toss the freaking runt through walls, all the way the heck out of mine. But the little guy is very effective with fierce blows. So much so that despite being the tank that the 600-pound man is, taking a punch from this little runt will probably be fatal. He wouldn't think his poor body could take all that punishment. It's like Bluto going up against Popeye post-spinach. So to conclude that thought, yes, little man, you could decimate your school bully if you wanted to. And I reassured that striking is in fact stronger than lifting. Here comes my nerd side. When we lift an incredibly heavy object, we are using our strength to raise the object to a higher position. To lift is to use all the muscles in your body to manipulate the other object to find laws in gravity, in spite of the mass of the object. This is lifting power. And when the discussion's talking about super strength, people will tend to think of someone like Mr. Incredible, a character that can bench an entire locomotive. And this is also in the same realm of throwing, where characters are tossing whole boulders and blunt objects like a human twister. But then we get to striking, an alternate way of showing macho. This is the process of punching something into 1,000 pieces, involving a burst of explosive force to cause an impact. The most common display of this in all of fiction is busting through walls. But the overall nip in the bud that will completely solidify my answer is the material of the object. That's the key. Like a flat plank that is completely made out of steel. You can lift it all you want, but can you pierce right through it? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my answer to break versus lift. A relatively short video for my first one, but hey, we gotta start somewhere, right? But yeah, that was my video. And I'ma leave y'all off with saying, be sure to check out my other content because this blue guy is planning to pop off. You know what to do if you like what you see. This is Ultra Blue Energy blasting off.